how southern Cameroon ceded from Nigeria, as well as advice for the Oduwa Nation and Biafra agitators. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. After some parts of Cameroon have been active in Nigerian politics for a long time, the colonial master gives them the opportunity to vote for a country that they would like to join, either Nigeria, Cameroon, or if they would prefer to have their own country. However, the Nigerian leader of that time, Tafawa Balewa, addressed the people of southern Cameroon on the radio. He urged them to stay in Nigeria since they are also English-speaking people and assured them of a better life. Well, I would not know because then, sincerely, we were not here. And only if history was made available at our fingertips, now we are going to know. But now we'll have to go and do research, which I have not done. But I want to believe that maybe, just maybe, the conditions of living then was definitely more better than now. Definitely. Then it was a colonized region. You know, it is bearable when outsiders come and do things. Then you are living within and your brothers are maltreating you. Like, no. It is very painful. Like you fought and people left. And after leaving, you now know that this thing that you even fought for, there is a problem with it. Let's find out how it was then. Now the news in detail. Furthermore, northern Cameroonians, the majority of whom are Muslims, see a tangible reason for joining Nigeria on the referendum day because they will have adequate freedom to practice their religion so they can multiply votes to join Nigeria. On the other hand, the southern Cameroonians, who are also Christian majority, see things in a different way. They picked Cameroon, a French-speaking country, as their best choice. The people of northern Cameroon, however, are mostly concentrated in Adamawa and Taraba states today, and they seem happy with their choice of Nigeria. Whereas those who chose to go with Cameroon are currently struggling, fighting and agitating for a new country known as Ambazonia. Advice for the Oduwa and Biafra Nation agitators. A lesson for the people who are agitating for Oduwa and Biafra is that there is a high chance that the imaginary country that they are agitating for is not the solution to the problem they are facing, but may also end up bringing a harder one. Many of the southern Cameroonians who made the same mistake of voting to get out of Nigeria are regretting it today. Apart from that, there is a high chance that a country that succeeds these days will end up having more problems. An example of that is the issue of South Sudan and Sudan. For the sake of us and the unborn generation, it would be better if we could drop agitation and religious differences and come together to end every problem that is tearing us apart. Okay, let me say this. Dropping the agitations is not the problem. Let me say this. Dropping the agitation is definitely not the problem. If you're agitating that your children should be treated fairly, not even you, your children, that they should be treated fairly, and for whatever reasons, all of a sudden you stop. What does it mean? How will you take it? For instance, your children are not treated fairly. They're not treating you fairly and they're not treating your children fairly, but you're fighting for your children's sake. And all of a sudden you just stop abruptly. Does it mean that you have now given up? How will your children see it? I'm going somewhere with this. If the Biafrans now, people are trying to say, people are not hearing what they're saying. There are things to be done. The indigenous people of Biafra, there are things to be done that is going to be aside getting their own country. There are things that if they are done now, these people will not even come and agitate anymore. They are treated justly, they are treated equally, and they are treated fairly. That as it is happening in another region, there is development in another region, it is happening in their region. There is rule of law in their region as it is in another region. The same thing, the same pace, allocation of funds, allocation of appointment, allocation of resources, everything is done equally. And of course, this constitution that is causing us so much pain and trouble is trashed. Another one written, not just by them, the whole geopolitical zone comes together. After all, those who made the constitution are no more. Times are now different. Times has changed. We need to adjust. I tell you, if these things are done, the separation of power, there is rule of law, equity, fairness, and justice, the government becomes accountable. The rich and poor are treated alike. Nobody is seen as supreme and nobody is seen as, a slave. Everybody is treated equally. I don't think these people will come out and start agitating. In fact, if this happens, and of course the constitution is, it's not even amended, it's trashed, and the whole six geopolitical zones come together, discuss our grievances, discuss our problems, brainstorm together, come up with solution, and I tell you, these people they will not even think about it. Because why? Everything that will be in the new constitution will be, that it will free, and it will be free to all. It's not going to be free for only one part of the country. It's not be free for that. And of course, not in the time of making, that's it. If it is going to happen, not in the time of drafting the new constitution, you now see only the politicians. No. The masses will be involved. They will pick people from the grassroots, that their voices will matter. I tell you, if all these things happen, these people do not want more. They don't want gold. They don't want silver. They don't want oil, more money. They're saying equal. Equal playing ground, fair playing ground. If you listen to their English well, equal playing ground, fair playing ground. That is what those people want. Nothing more. They're not saying give us more lands. They're not saying give us more money. They're not saying more. They're saying equally. If you're going to the south, you're giving to the southeast, you're giving to the south, let everything be equal. That is what these people want. And I have said it and I'm saying it again. If this happens, you will see the agitation dying down. And of course, their leader, both the leader of the Yoruba nation and the indigenous people of Biafra, the leader should be released because they have committed no crime. Everybody will come together. Let us lick our wounds. Let us treat our wounds. We have bruised ourselves. We have battered ourselves. We have injured ourselves. But let us come together and treat ourselves. At the end of the day, Nigeria will become great again. That is just it. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.